Difficulties and pains are an inevitable part of our lives. It does not matter if you are a secluded monk living in a cave far from the maddening crowd, or a businessman living in one of the biggest cities in the world. Trials and sufferings still come and visit each of us. So it is not irrelevant and out of context to speak about finding the light in the dark. These days, things are really tough for people. The economy is not doing well, and everything is getting more expensive. Many people are losing their jobs, making it hard for them to take care of their families. On top of that, there are wars happening, and it's making everything even harder. Unfortunately, people are not only struggling with money but also losing their loved ones in these wars. It's a really difficult time for many folks, and it feels like there's a lot of sadness and hardship going on. There is a lesson in every seemingly bad situation, and no condition is black and white. Instead of concentrating on the negative side of this change, it is more beneficial to look a bit closer to find the lesson in it so that once it is over we can look back and say, "This is what I did, and that is how I succeeded." The story I like to speak about here is the story of a chickpea. One that is boiled and cooked in a hot boiling pot. The chickpea remembers its good old days in the field when the farmer used to give it water, when it used to enjoy the warmth of the sunshine on its head, but now he cannot understand why it needs to tolerate such unbearable pain in the simmering pot. Once a chickpea in the pot jumps when it's in the hot water. While boiling, it keeps popping up and cries, asking, "Why are you putting me in this hot water? You bought and liked me, so why do you flip me over?" The housewife keeps hitting it with the ladle. She says, "No. Just boil nicely and don't jump away from the one who's cooking. I'm not boiling you because I dislike you. It's so you can have a good flavor and become nourishment for the body. I want you to mix with the vital spirit. Your boiling isn't because you're disliked. When you were young and fresh, you drank water in the garden. That water drinking was to prepare you for this fire. God's kindness comes before His anger, so that through His kindness, a person may endure hardships. God's kindness always came before His anger, so that existence, our valuable possession, could be obtained." The housewife says, "Oh, chickpea, you grew in the springtime. Now pain has come to stay with you as guest. Treat pain kindly, so that he leaves with gratitude. Share your generosity with him, and he'll tell the king about your hospitality. Then the one who gives blessings will come to you, and everyone else will be jealous of you. I am Abraham, and you are my son. Place your head before the knife. I dreamed that I must sacrifice you. Bow your head without fear, so I can cut your throat, just like I did with Ishmael. I'll cut your head, but remember, this head is safe from being truly cut off or dying. Keep boiling in tough times, O chickpea, so that you lose your identity and self. Even if you once enjoyed life in a regular garden, you're now the beautiful flower in the garden of the spirit and the inner vision. Although you may no longer be in the familiar garden of water and earth, you've transformed into nourishment and entered into life. You came from the earth, cloud, the sun, and the sky, and then you transformed into various traits and ascended to heaven. You arrived as rain and heat, and now you'll enter the admirable divine qualities. You were once a part of the sun, the cloud, and the stars, and then you transformed into soul, action, speech, and thoughts. The existence of the animal came from the death of the plant, so saying, "Kill me, my trustworthy friends. is justified. When your tiny piece became human food, it turns from being lifeless to having a soul. So, go willingly and happily, not with bitterness and dislike. I'm using strong words to help you get rid of those bitter feelings. Just like cold water melts a frozen grape and it loses its chill. When your heart, like the grape, is filled with warmth after enduring bitterness, you'll be free from all those bitter feelings. Eventually the chickpea will say to the cook, "Boil me some more. Hit me with the skimming spoon. I can't do this by myself. I'm like an elephant that dreams of gardens back in India and doesn't pay attention to his driver. You're my cook, my driver, my way into existence. I love your cooking." The cook says, "I was once like you, fresh from the ground. Then I boiled in time, and boiled in the body, 2 fierce boilings. My animal soul grew powerful. I controlled it with practices, and boiled some more, and boiled once beyond that, and became your teacher." In life, the chickpea's leap symbolizes our yearning for escape from life's challenges, discomforts, and heated situations. We often desire a cooler, more comfortable existence. However, the housewife's action is where the wisdom lies. The strike of the ladle represents the trials and tribulations that life brings. Instead of avoiding or escaping these challenges, the housewife guides the chickpea back into the heat. Why? Because it is in the heat, the intensity of life's experiences, that transformation occurs. In the fires of life, just like the chickpea in the skillet, we have the opportunity to undergo profound changes. The heat refines us, molds us, and transforms us into something greater than before. It teaches us resilience, strength, and the capacity to endure. In life, let us be willing participants, embracing the heat and allowing it to shape us into something extraordinary. It is our wish and our blessing that things you never thought possible will happen to you. To support us, please subscribe the channel, Rumi Sufi Mystic, and press the like button.